Now, on the whole, I think I'm doing okay. I hope so. I'm trying to live a good life. I pay my taxes. I say hello to my neighbours. I talk to the man who works in the shop on the corner of my street. I like to think of myself as the kind of person who understands things, you know? I try and understand things. I listen to the radio. I read the newspaper. I surf the internet. I go to the cinema and the theatre. I read books. I like to try and keep up with what's going on. I imagine you do too. I like to know what's happening, you know, out there in the world. I see how the oil is running out, how the climate is shifting and the sea levels are rising. I see how we're constantly at war. I see how the poor are still starving and the rich are still playing. And I think, well, on the whole, it's not looking too good, is it? It's not going too well, is it? I find it difficult. I get concerned. These are my concerns. Everywhere I go, I meet them. I wonder what I can do. And then I'm looking in my notebook, and I realise that I might be making something. And then here I am. Here we are, making something. Hi. Ska vi pröva en gång till? Hej! 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 Och välkommen till Stamsund International Teaterfestival.
Tack!
Varsågod. Och till Lilla Sine här i Teater Norr. My name is A. Smith. Hold chill. Jag heter A. Smith. Jag kommer från Storbritannien, eller Great Britain. Jag kommer från delen heter England. Jag är född i Nord-England. Jag är engelsk. Mitt pass säger att jag kommer från the United Kingdom, Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Jag säger att jag är en British citizen. När folk spör mig, var kommer du från? Jag ofta säger att jag kommer från UK. I hela av the UK kanske 66 miljoner människor bor. Men inte mer nog. Jag har varit och studerat många städer där. Sista stället jag bor på en stor by i så som heter London. London är en stor by. Det är huvudstaden av the UK. I hela av London bor 9 miljoner människor. I maj 2006 jag kommer att bo här. Jag kommer att bo i Norge. Jag kommer att bo med kjæresten min. Kjæresten min är från här. Hon är född i Nord-Norge. Hon är norsk. I hela Norge bor lite över 4,5 miljoner människor. Inkluderer oss nå. Kjæresten min bor i en stor by i sør som heter Oslo. Oslo er en stor by. Det er hovedstaden av Norge. Hele Oslo bor nesten en halv million mennesker. So, Norway in 2006, it was a big year for Henrik Ibsen, as some of you may know. It was the 100th anniversary of his death. And to mark this, there were productions of plays, there were productions about his plays, there were new plays being written about how he'd written his plays, there were plays about people who'd influenced him to write certain plays, there were television plays about his life, there was DVD releases of versions of his plays. There were panel discussions on the radio, new books about his life and events in his life being published, new biographies, and translations of existing biographies. There was lots of debate on the radio and in the newspapers about who he was, what his impact was, what his cause and effect was. And I was really interested in using the invitation that I had from the National Theatre to try and make some space, to make some space around Ibsen, and also, I thought, make a space for Ibsen. I wouldn't consider myself an expert at all. When I was an undergraduate at the University of Hull quite a long time ago, I did a course on Ibsen in which we read 10 of his plays in 10 weeks. So I kind of had a knowledge, a working knowledge. But I wasn't really a fan even or an expert, I was just kind of interested. And during the initial stages of my research for the project, I found this quotation, which came from Rilke, Henry Rilke. The quotation said that Ibsen liked to sit at the window because you wanted to see the passers-by. For the thought had occurred to you, that one day you might make something out of them.